Okay, good morning, everybody. Today we have the Battle of the Towns. Today it's going to be Corey with West Hartford versus me with West Haven. So it's the Battle of the Wests today. So before we start, I just want to go over a couple ground rules. Somebody brought up, you guys you're doing battles of the town. That must mean that whoever doesn't have the town that you're talking about must not like that town. So I just want to go over, we're professional realtors. We work throughout the state, and I don't think any of us could really say we dislike a certain town or we absolutely like a certain town. So we have some friendly banter going back and forth here about why our town's better, but it's all kind of tongue in cheek. And I know personally, I could say that there's not really a town in Connecticut that I dislike. So with that being said, let's have Corey introduce West Hartford.
I picked West Hartford because I personally love West Hartford. It's centrally located in Connecticut and a part of Hartford County. Has a population of a little over 63,000. And West Hartford has been consecutively voted the #1 town to live in Connecticut 3 years in a row by Niche. And also, Money Magazine voted West Hartford one of the best places to live in America. It was actually the only Connecticut town to make the cut. But it's known for its beautiful neighborhoods, fantastic school system, shopping, restaurants, and really a real sense of community there.
Okay, so I chose West Haven. So Corey really focuses on Hartford County, and she knows everything about Hartford County, and I know nothing about pretty much any of the state except for New Haven County. So I picked West Haven because I think it's a very undervalued, overlooked town that people always say, I want to move to Milford because it has great waterfront. I think West Haven is probably the best value for waterfront, either direct waterfront or waterfront communities. It has some really, really nice beaches. And also for the convenience of travel, you really can't beat West Haven. I don't know all the particulars about the number of people who live there, but I will say that in terms of a community, it's a very, very tight-knit community. You could go into any of the local bars or restaurants, and if you're a West Haven native, everybody knows you by name. It's kind of walking into Cheers. I remember going into one bar in West Haven once, and a little tiny bar. And luckily the drinks were very inexpensive because literally anytime you ordered a drink for yourself, you bought around for the entire bar. It was that kind of close-knit community. So that's why I picked West Haven. So Corey, go first with your first point of why you love West Hartford.
Okay, the first thing is I love West Hartford for is the real estate. If you take a ride around West Hartford, right away you're going to fall in love with the homes. West Hartford's known to have the most beautiful homes and neighborhoods around. And whether you are on a street with side-by-side picture perfect colonials up and down the street, or a couple miles away, you can find huge mansions on a hill overlooking Hartford with beautiful views. But West Hartford's known to have the most visually appealing homes around, and that makes it a huge draw for people.
Okay, so West Haven, they have some very lovely parts. The main area of West Haven, around the Green, some lovely historic homes. You have a nice variety of properties, newer construction raised ranches to, traditional colonials and a lot of ranches. But what I like best is the convenience to everything. So you're minutes from the Boston Post Road, where you can find any big box store that you could imagine: Walmart, Target, Circuit City. The Connecticut Post Mall in Milford is only a couple minutes away. So the shopping is great. Also, what I think is very overlooked is the fact that you have several exits for I-95 that you could use. So if there's traffic, that portion of I-95 from New Haven, West Haven, Milford gets very congested. So the fact that you could be living in town and have alternate routes to get places is very utilized, I think. And then finally, for travel, is the West Haven train station. It's a newer train station. It's a great alternative to either New Haven or Milford. It has great parking. It's modern. It's just been recently built. And it's a great way if you're working towards Fairfield County or New York City. Great way to commute down there. Okay, Corey, you're number 2.
All right. My second reason why I love West Hartford is West Hartford Center, with the addition of Blueback Square, has everything you could want for a day out or even a night out on the town. Exceptional restaurants, shops, bars, wine bars, coffee shops. It makes it a real destination for West Hartford residents and Connecticut residents. And they added the addition of Blueback Square in 2007, which has some of the bigger name brand stores like Crate and Barrel, Barnes and Noble. There's a cinema there, along with a ton of other restaurants. And above all of those, they have luxury apartment, loft style apartment homes. And on top of that, a couple miles down the road, you'll find the best mall in the state, West Farms Mall, hands down.
Okay.
So that's my second reason.
This is going to be a close one to pick. I'm going to go with the West Haven fireworks. So at Savin Rock in West Haven, every 4th of July, except for COVID, they have the West Haven Fire Department puts on the fireworks. This, I think, is the best hands down fireworks display in the entire state. It goes for probably about an hour long. They have live music, they have vendors, they have literally thousands of people at Savin Rock. But also, in addition to that, all the local beaches, all the neighborhoods, everybody has block parties. It's a very community event feel to the event. My favorite part, though, is after the actual fireworks are the neighborhood displays of fireworks. So you're on Ocean Ave, you're not leaving anywhere after the fireworks for a good hour, hour and a half. And during that time, all the neighbors set off different fireworks displays. And if you like fireworks, I think by far the West Haven fireworks are the number 2 reason to be in the city. Alan, what are your thoughts so far? Who's more compelling, me or Corey, on West Hartford versus West Haven?
Well, you're both right. I mean, these are 2 very nice and very unique towns. Of course, West Hartford is a little high end in price, so you're going to find shops there that are more similar to what you'd find closer to New York City or in New York City. And the homes, of course, are going to be a little bit larger and a little bit more grandiose looking. Of course, if you're looking for getting back and forth to New York City and to be down on the shoreline close to the water, West Haven definitely wins in that respect. So I really couldn't say either way. I think both of them are going to be winners.
Okay, well, let's see what we got for number 3.
All right. Number 3, my third reason is for Elizabeth Park. Probably one of the most beautiful parks I've ever been to, with the rose garden there. There's over 100 acres of formal gardens, and it's actually the 3rd largest rose garden in the United States. There's over 15,000 rose bushes and trellises you can walk under. It's a beautiful park to bring a blanket, have a picnic, throw a frisbee, walk around, check out the gardens. It's free to the public. There's free concerts throughout the year on the green. They have a huge koi pond, and also the Pond House Cafe is there, where you can sit outside and have Sunday brunch and overlook the park. It's absolutely a beautiful place.
Okay, that's very nice, but my third point is pizza. So New Haven County, New Haven specifically, is known for its pizza. I think it was just ranked the number 1 pizza location in the whole US. I think West Haven definitely comes close to New Haven pizza. In New Haven, you have the Trinity, they call it, Modern, Pepe's, and Sally's. I think West Haven has a tremendous pizza. You have Zipardi's, Capetta's, Mike's Pizza over on Campbell Ave, and Tom and Pat's on Ocean Ave. Although Tom and Pat's has different ownership than it had originally, I think hands down, all these pizza places are on par, if not better, with New Haven pizza. And I know people are going to hate for that, but I absolutely will give any 4 of those pizza places definite rankings for the best pizza place in Connecticut and probably nationwide. So I like West Haven for the pizza and also for the food in general. So you have Campbell Ave, which has, they call it the Campbell Crawl, where you have a whole line of bars and restaurants lining up and down Campbell Ave. Again, I think West Haven is very much a hometown community type place, but I will hands down give it for its pizza. Now, I know Alan likes different parks, and I also know that Alan's a foodie, so we're not going to have him vote on this one to give the winner. So I'm going to let all the YouTube viewers please comment below. Let us know which you think is the better town in the town battle of West Haven versus Hartford. And thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please subscribe below, hit that bell for notifications, and we look forward to you turning in for the next session.